Hello and welcome to the programme. Today I'm delighted to say we're going up to Tipton in the West Midlands to meet TWP Manufacturing, and from there, Phil Stanley. Phil, welcome to you.
Morning, Nick. How are you?
Great, thank you. Now tell us a little bit about TWP Manufacturing, because I know you do more than one thing. You do more than just straightforward engineering. You have got a lot of strings to your particular bow.
Yeah, TWP Manufacturing originally was three-way pressing, so we just brought the brand down a bit, Nick, to make it more universal and a bit more modern because of the diversity of what we do. So about 25 years ago, we started off in the press industry, making loads of little parts for other people, and never really got to see where they went. And gradually, we've then opened up a moulding shop. We do press work up to 250 tons. We've got 24 moulding machines. And then over the time, we've diversed into many other fields. Really, the key moment there was 2008, where we had to change what we did because it was clear to me that we can't just rely on press work, moulding work, so we wanted to get into finished products. So from there, we then developed, we bought out Patterson's Photographic. We now do all the photographic industry. We manufacture the Bembo tripods. We also do CNC machining, where we've just done that in the last 18 months. We put 9 machines in, and we also own bull barrow products as well. So we make over 60 different wheelbarrows, various colours, and we distribute throughout the UK as well as do drop ship. And then the other one, which we brought back from the Far East, which is spiral-based ground anchors. We now manufacture all those products in the UK, and we distribute them throughout all the marquees, the events people, the caravan, camping, security, and also the MOD and military as well.
Well, I was going to say, a lot of people suggest that manufacturers should stick to their knitting and focus. You've gone very deliberately the other way, and it's clearly worked for you.
Yeah, I mean, you know, with COVID on the process at the moment, there's a lot of people staying at home. We'd gone online about 3-4 years ago. We changed our business from being a company that made parts, put them in a box, and then sent them off. And then all of a sudden, what we've done now is we've actually gone to the end user as well now. So we've revamped 4 websites. Everything now can be bought on the website. So if you order before 3 o'clock today, it'll be dispatched and done tomorrow. So that could be anything from a wheelbarrow up to 350 litres, all the way through down to a small product that goes with the photographic industry. We just drop ship now direct for many companies. So we've deliberately tried to go that way. We've still kept our core principles where we're actually manufacturing. So we still manufacture, we still assemble. Yeah, we're very passionate about manufacturing in the UK. And we still believe that, you know, without a shadow of a doubt, you can manufacture something, get the right price, and also then be the end user as well. So what we've done with a lot of things, we're getting our manufacturing costs, we're getting our middleman costs, and we're getting our end cost as well to the distributor. And we're then able to manage those prices and compete with the Far East and various other countries throughout the world.
So obviously, as you said, some people have been really badly hit as a result of the pandemic, and because of your diversification, you've been able to weather it quite well. Give us a sense of scale of the company, Phil, about how many people you've got, what kind of turnover you have, that sort of thing.
We're currently employing 45 people from a very varied range, from setters to operators to mould makers to tool makers. So we've got a very mixed, diverse skill base there. We've got some young, we've got some old. My oldest lady who still works with me, has been with me for 24 years, is 74 years old, you know, and she said, Phil, do I need to retire? I said, no, Pat, you stay as long as you want, you know. So we've got a fantastic range of skills and age group throughout the business. It's just an amazing thing to do, you know, and it's been fantastic.
So I'm guessing from all you've said that apart from obviously implementing guidance from the government on safety and social distancing and all that, TWP Manufacturing has managed to keep going pretty much full steam during the last 6 months.
Yeah, we were going to stop for Easter in anyways for about 4 days, and obviously this is towards the end of March, so things were getting a bit keen at the time, so we decided we were going to take 2 weeks off, and we were going to ask everyone to do 4.5 days holiday and then also pay them as well through that as well. So that's what we were going to do, and that was the plan we had as an Easter break, just to allow everything to calm down, to allow the government to get in place with the COVID Nightingale hospitals throughout the country, and also just to let everybody here at Three-Way calm down let their families calm down, and out of respect for them, their families, we thought we just needed to have a break and see what was going to happen. Because at the time, I don't think anybody really believed truly what was happening and what the scale of what was going to happen was going to happen. So we took 3 weeks off. And the reason why we did that is obviously the government brought in the furlough system. So we decided to utilise that and take the 3 weeks. So we did the 3 weeks. We still paid our staff the 20%. And ever since then, we've been full on, to be honest. I mean, since then, we've installed 3 new machines and employed another 2-3 people in the business. And I've got to say, from our point of view, you know, as a manufacturer, we're very, very busy. There's a lot of people out there at the moment who aren't very busy, but you know, for many years, I've always beaten the drum in terms of saying people need to diverse as a manufacturer. Don't just make the same widgets all the time, because those widgets can come and go. And that has been my core thing with the business, to change the way we do things, how we do things. And really, 2008, I think, was a big wake-up call for that.
I know that you place a lot of emphasis on your sales, your marketing, and nowadays your social media marketing. This has been a very conscious decision to help you get ahead of the game and stay there.
Yeah, I mean, because we now manufacture products and we sell direct to the public and also to the distributors, our profile from a manufacturer, where traditional manufacturers just keep their head down and they don't tend to put their nose above, they don't tend to put their head above the parapet in any way. So that's been a big change for us, you know, because we're not making parts, sending them off. We're actually manufacturing parts, distributing them. We go to the shows. So we do the photographic show in March at the NEC. You've got a load of the largest, biggest companies there in the world there, from Sony, Nikon, and everybody else. And we're here as a Tipton manufacturer displaying our darkroom equipment that we then go and distribute throughout the world. And when I say throughout the world, it goes everywhere: China, Australia, America, the Far East, and Europe, you know. So people can buy direct from the website. So we've given that opportunity. We also rebranded the whole packaging as well. So everything's got QR readers on. We're advertising our websites also very ironically, like some of the large companies do. You may also like as well. So we're also advising people other products that go with those similar products as well. In terms of the wheelbarrows, we currently deliver to over 250 throughout the UK, garden centres. We do the BBC World Garden Centre show in June, July, and that's a fantastic opportunity for us to get in front of buyers, in front of the public, and get our brands more and more out there for people to understand who we are.
I heard you say darkroom equipment. Some people might raise an eyebrow at that. Does anybody still use darkroom equipment in this digital age?
Well, 7 years ago when we were at the photographic show, people were smirking at us saying, why are you still doing that? Everything's now digital and no analog stuff is being used. Now, to be honest, Nick, our sales have grown 12-15% year on year since then, to the point where we took on extra staff. We're running a double shift now in the moulding shop to keep up with demand, solely because everybody's got fed up of printing. You know, anyone can go to a printer, print the same paper, print the same picture, but actually when you go into a darkroom and you develop a photograph, depending on how long you leave it into the chemicals, depending on how long you expose it to the light, depending on how long you do all your other little trinkets with your camera, that then makes a one-off product. And what we're finding is a lot of people now are using it as an art-based product to then do one-offs, 10-offs or 200s off. And it's amazing how many people have got back into it. And the demographic now is between 18 and 35. So we're getting the young people come through and they're now getting involved into darkroom. So for us, we've seen a massive surge in that product range.
I've noticed that you formed a relationship, I believe it was with the Warwick Manufacturing Group at Warwick University, to help you develop some of your product range. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, we had an interesting thing. So we about 7-8 years ago, I developed our own range of studio lighting, which we make in the UK. And I designed and built all that. And then, of course, we were buying the bulbs and the energy bulbs and the spiral bulbs from the Far East. And then one day, forgive the pun, we had a light bulb moment. I changed one of my LED lights in my roof in my kitchen, and I actually took the one that had gone apart and looked at it and said, right, why can't we do this in the UK? So I then proceeded to carry on my little quest to find out where, and we found Plessy down in Southampton who manufacture the LEDs in the UK. they could give me a brand of light that was pure white light for photographic use and for studio use, and therefore all of a sudden that started to kickstart there. So what we did then, got involved with Dr. Kailash at Warwick University. He then, we did some SL models with them. They did a lot of the heat sinks for us. And then from that, we developed a prototype. We proved the prototype. And then what we did then is we actually went into manufacturing of the product. So we now mold all the body of the light. We mold the lens of the light. All the electronics are made in the UK. Obviously, some of the components in there are made in the Far East and in Europe. And I think one of the things that really got me is I had to get an E27 from China, and that's a screw fitting on the end of the light, because I couldn't find anybody in the UK who could actually manufacture that unit in the UK. So it was a challenging time. It was a fantastic response. Warwick have done a number of projects with us. We went to them because we wanted to get an outside view and not a manufacturer's view on the styling and on the way we'd put it together, but also using their expertise. And what they did then is they utilised the students, the staff, and the skill set they've got there, which is incredible. And then we put the package together. And now we have an LED light on the market, which can retrofit any light. It's 110 volt already compliant, it's 240 volt compliant, and it can also work on battery power as well. So, again, it's another bit of British engineering and initiative, and using the universities. We also do a bit of work with BCU as well. So we've done a few projects with them on various STEM projects. So again, it's manufacturers understanding the skills are out there. We don't need to know everything. We can also go to other people and get help, support there as well. And the support we're getting from the university is absolutely brilliant. I mean, where else can I tap into so many different minds, which are inspiring to come through and want to do this?
Well, Phil, the conversation we've had, I've heard you say that diversification has worked for you. Collaborating with people like Warwick University has worked for you. A heavy emphasis on sales, marketing and social media marketing has worked for you. So that's very strong messaging you're giving to other manufacturers there. But is there anything else you'd like to say to manufacturers watching this, who may feel at this moment in need of a bit of inspiration? I
mean, we've had 4 years of Brexit, then we've had COVID, and we need to bring the belief back to the UK. Everybody was worried that we were going to go hungry and we weren't going to do this. I think Europe's a fantastic thing. It's given us a good insight. I love the idea of the freedom of movement. I love the idea of free trade, but I also think it's stifling us as well as manufacturers, because we're losing belief, in terms of this. We think everything should be made abroad, when actually we're doing a lot of work with apprenticeships, we're doing a lot of work with reskilling, and I think the UK manufacturers need to look at themselves, get our heads back up and say, yes, we can do it. And that's the attitude we need. We need the yes, we can do it. There's a lot of clever people out there. There's a lot of resources out there. The government is supporting industry as well, and we need to utilise that and believe in ourselves again as manufacturers. But also we need to become lean as well. We are competing against very cheap labour rates across the world, and we need to look at ideas, change the way we do things, and re-value engineer them as well, to a point where we're able to still manufacture in the UK, keep high standards, keep high wages and high living standards, and maintain safety as well for our staff and our people.
Well, Phil, I can imagine any manufacturer watching this punching the air and saying yes to everything you've just said. So very encouraging, very inspiring. Thank you very much indeed for being with us. And we wish you and everybody at TWP Manufacturing all the very best of luck.
Cheers, Nick. Thank you very much.
And thank you everybody for watching this. We'll see you next time. From me, Nick Peters, goodbye for now.